In this lesson, we'll take a look at a few extra tools we have for the wire deformer under the Edit Deformers menu. Let's go to Edit Deformers, Wire, and we'll tear off this window. So we can add wire deformers, we can remove them, or we can also add holder objects. Well, let's say if we've tweaked our wire deformer to the point where we have run out of undos, well, no problem at all. We could always use reset, which will bring the wire back to the state it was originally created in. So this is very helpful. If we like to show our base wire, which is hidden by default, we most certainly can toggle its visibility with show base wire. And then if we're ready to, let's say, transform the object along with the wire rig, well, we can go ahead and select the wire, parent it to the base object, or parent the base and the wire together in a group, that is. And now, selecting that group and selecting the mesh that's tied down by the wire deformer, we can now transform the entire wire rig. So let's go ahead and start from the top. Let's say if we wanted to add this curve to our wire deformer. Well, it's just a matter of selecting the curve followed by the existing wire object, which in this case is the curve that goes along the arm. And now we can choose add, and it's been added to that wire node. We can see that by selecting the object. You can see that now it influences this arm. Also, going to outputs, you can see the wire node has been now added to this curve, and we also have extra attributes to control the drop-off distance and scale of this curve that we've just added. Now, if you like to remove a wire, it's just a matter of selecting that object and choosing remove. No longer is it now influencing this arm. Let's say if we wanted to add a holder, well, it's just a matter of selecting the curve we'd like to add as the holder, followed by the wire, and choosing add holder. So now you can see that this object is now added as a holder. If we were to, let's say, take this curve and start to transform it, you can see how now part of the arm is kind of being held back because of this holder added to our wire rig. All right. Going to the next one, let's say if we wanted to reset our wire, well, it's just a matter of selecting the wire object and choosing reset. Now, if I were to go ahead and undo this and go ahead and choose show base wire with the object that is a wire deformer selected, we'll choose show base wire, and now we can see the base object. And all this does is it toggles its visibility. So by default, it's off. If you like to hide it once again, you'd want to head over to your visibility attribute and set that to 0. Then the last one, parent base object, what this is going to do again is group your wire as well as the base wire together. This is for transforming the entire rig. So for instance, what I'll do is select the curve and go ahead and choose show base wire. What I'll now do, the curve selected, is go ahead and choose parent base wire. You can see now both have been added and the group has already been renamed. And just to take a look at this, we could head over to our outliner. All right, so both of those have been grouped together. Now as we start to move this group, you can see we also need to transform the arm. So by adding the arm to our selection and moving everything, we could start to transform the entire setup. If we notice any sliding, chances are we need to select an extra wire that we've added, followed by its group. So in that case, you can use the parent base wire tool, or chances are you have a holder that you need to also add to your selection. And now you'll see that there's no more sliding. So in this lesson, we learned more about the wire deformer and some tools we can use to edit its performance under the Edit Deformers menu.